Hi everyone, this is Liz. I'm a cottagecore enthusiast living in the countryside of southern Germany. And I assume you are here because you would like to get some inspiration for dressing cottagecore in winter, right? You're definitely in the right place. Welcome. Winter is upon us, and that can mean different things depending on where exactly you live. But what we can probably all agree on is that in winter it's colder than in summer. Whether that means a bit of fog and rain and chill, or knee-deep snow. So it's time for knitted sweaters, boots, coats, and a lot of layering. Today, I'm sharing my tips on how to dress cottagecore in winter, and I'll be showing you some outfit examples as we go. Some of these tips will be useful for everyone, and some will be more specifically tailored towards feminine clothing because I'm female. Feel free to pick whatever works for you. We want to maintain our cute cottagecore style while staying super warm and cozy, because honestly, the times of freezing half to death for a cute style are very much over, am I right? So let's get started. So let's first talk about the bottom half of our body, shall we? In winter, pants seem like the obvious choice due to the cold. For some, it might be downright unthinkable to wear skirts or dresses in really cold weather. Of course, pants can be part of a cottagecore style. Think earth tones and patterns such as herringbone. I think they go really well with a cottagecore style as they have this vintagey vibe to them. Here I'm wearing wool knickerbockers that just make for perfect cottagecore winter pants. Dungarees are a very cottagecore pants option as well, as they have this farmer vibe to them. Just keep in mind, if you go outside in the snow and maybe had a bit too much delicious cozy herbal tea at the cottage, you will, have to take everything off in the cold. Don't do that. But of course, the cottagecore aesthetic is very much known for cute skirts and dresses, and we can totally wear them in winter as well. I love to layer warm tights and leggings. If it's really cold, I'll wear specific thermal tights or 2 or 3 pairs of tights on top of each other. I'll then add woolen socks, my skirt or dress, and boots on top, and I kid you not, that is seriously warm. I even prefer this over jeans, and as tights are, tight, as the name suggests, they still look super flattering. We can then add a skirt that is made from a warm material such as wool, or we can basically wear a summer skirt that doesn't add any warmth, because with our 3 layers of tights, we are warm enough and the skirt is pretty much just decor. Let's move on to tops. Generally, I will wear a basic tank top as my first layer for extra warmth. Knitted sweaters, of course, are such a cozy cottagecore winter favorite. I love to wear cropped sweaters as they go well with my high-waisted skirts. And I promise someday I will make a tutorial on how to crop those sweaters. I didn't forget you guys have been asking me about this. Of course, when wearing a cropped sweater in winter, it is, again, a good idea to wear a top underneath so we don't die. If you would like to wear a normal length sweater, a good option is to tuck the sweater into your tights and then put your skirt on top of it. This will keep the sweater in place and will make it look less bulky around the waist. Another option for winter is a blouse or a turtleneck with a cardigan on top for warmth. This can look a little fancier than just the sweater. It definitely looks very put together. Of course, we can play around with these options depending on whether we want to go for a more polished cottagecore look, a more grandma cozy vibe, a vintage look, or a full-on farmer type of style. An item I absolutely love in winter are vests. We can put them on top of a blouse, a dress, or even a sweater for extra warmth, or simply because it adds a cute cottagecore element to the outfit. If we are wearing a dress, then of course we can put on a sweater, a cardigan, or a vest on top for extra warmth. Plus, it can look super cute if the dress's collar is showing. When it comes to cottagecore shoes for winter, there is a very obvious choice for me, and you can probably already guess what it is. I pretty much only wear leather boots all winter. I have different types, such as these shorter ones and these higher ones. I also have these waterproof insulated boots for outdoor activities and snow hikes. Of course, the choice of color is entirely yours, and you can definitely go for even cuter versions with embroideries or even more vintage style options. I don't currently own these types, but you can find plenty of those on the internet. In winter, I would prioritize warmth and safety on slippery cobblestone streets over everything else, and will always opt for flat, comfy options. If you live in an area where the winters aren't quite as freezing cold, Oxfords are a great alternative to boots. Some accessories are great companions all year round, such as my trusty leather belt. A really cute accessory for winter are fake collars. We can wear them underneath our sweaters, and it makes it look as if we're wearing a blouse underneath. This is fantastic if wearing a blouse under the sweater would look too bulky. This can also add some extra warmth to sweaters with a lower neckline. Speaking of adding warmth, in winter, some of our body parts need some extra protection. This sounds weirder than intended. I am talking about our head and our hands. Leather or wool gloves are my favorites for keeping my hands warm cottagecore style. There are a ton of great hat options that go with the cottagecore style as well. The typical cottage girl straw hat, of course, has to stay in the closet for winter. I love headbands as my ears tend to get very cold. I got this one from a local market. I also love berets and have them in several colors. They add a more chic, more vintagey element to the look. Peaked caps like this one are a great option for cottagecore looks as well. Draping a cape or a shawl over our head is an option for cold weather as well. It gives me major forest witch or fairy tale vibes. Speaking of capes, a cape or poncho can be a great cottagecore outerwear choice if the winters in your area aren't super cold, or if you're only spending a short time outside for bringing in firewood, for example. They look super cool with a belt on top. This is one of my favorite cottagecore looks. If we need a little more warmth, a lined jacket or a wool coat are great choices for staying warm while maintaining our cottagecore style. I love to wear my leather belt on top of everything. It's my attempt to create a bit of a silhouette despite all the layers of fabric. I briefly mentioned some of the materials I like to wear in winter before. Let's chat a bit more in depth about the perfect materials for cottagecore winter fashion. Generally, the cottagecore aesthetic is oriented towards nature and rural living. So natural materials are the best fit to achieve a cottagecore look. For the first layer that is closest to our body, silk is a fantastic choice as it is breathable yet insulating. Silk might not be the most cottagecore fabric, but underneath all our clothing, only few people are gonna see that anyway. Another huge drawback of silk, however, is that its manufacturing process is not cruelty-free. It is not vegan or even vegetarian, so I personally will only ever wear this material if I can get it secondhand. I acknowledge the great properties of this fabric, but I personally refuse to purchase new silk items. This top I found for free at a swap event. The same goes for all other materials that involve killing an animal, such as leather, sheepskin, etc. I will always buy those secondhand. Linen is an all-year cottagecore favorite. It's a natural, temperature-regulating fabric that goes great with the cottagecore aesthetic. Just a linen dress will probably be a bit too cold, but with additional layers below and on top, it's a great choice for winter. Flannel is a very suitable cottagecore winter material as well, especially if you're leaning more towards a more laid-back countryside type of cottagecore. Flannel shirts will keep you warm and look great in winter. Wool, of course, is an amazingly warm natural material and can't be missing in our cottagecore winter wardrobe. Be it knitted socks, wool sweaters or coats, wool is the material that'll keep us warm cottagecore style. Plus, wool that has never been machine washed retains its waterproof properties and is a good choice for rainy weather or snowfall. Of course, natural materials are often pricier than synthetic fabrics, and I understand that not everyone will be able to afford them. Plus, there are many online shops that tempt us with really cute fast fashion cottagecore items, and I know what it's like to be totally into an aesthetic and eager to build an entirely new wardrobe right now on $50. I get it. I still encourage you to choose fewer items of higher quality over these quick fix fast fashion pieces. Not only is this way better for our planet, it is also way more in line with the cottagecore lifestyle. Cottagecore is not just a clothing style or an aesthetic. It is a lifestyle with sustainability and a connection with nature at its core, and my outfits reflect that. If you would like to know how I built my cottagecore wardrobe without fast fashion, I'll link a video for you right here. What's your favorite clothing item for winter that you could never go without? Let me know in the comments.